Hello. So I want to tell you a little bit about my story of how I was diagnosed with hemochromatosis. You clicking on this video means that probably you are going to be tested for the genetic condition, or maybe you got your diagnosis and you already have hemochromatosis, or maybe you have a loved one or a friend that has it and you want to learn more about it. But in this video, I'm going to talk to you briefly about just my story, which I thought in a million years I'd never have, but it turns out that I have it. In ways, it is unfortunate, and when I first got diagnosed with it, I was very surprised. I was angry about it. I was bitter. I was just confused and just didn't know why I got it or if there's anything I could do about it. And so you today, if you get the diagnosis, I know how you feel. I know that heavy weight that got poured on you, that sense of maybe hopelessness. And you know, treatments are very slim in ways of treatments. You most likely will get bloodletting. They'll hook you up and take blood out of you to decrease your blood iron levels. Or in some particular cases, they'll give you a chelation medication that will take the blood out of take the iron out of your blood. But there are side effects to medication, chelation, and it's a little bit invasive, and even bloodletting is a little bit invasive too. So, but real quick, let's go ahead and jump into this. This all really started about a year and a half ago. I seen my doctor for just a regular checkup, and he took some blood work, and everything was fine except there was 2 liver enzymes that were a little bit out of whack, a little bit elevated. I don't have the paper with me now of what the number was, but just trust me, it was elevated. And those enzymes were ALT and AST. And if you have any kind of liver problem, hemochromatosis or not related, then you know you definitely watch those markers. Your doctor will look at those 2 markers to see how they are. And so mine were elevated. He didn't think anything of it, really, maybe just that I had a fatty liver because I was overweight at the time. So I decided to diet a little bit, to drink some lemon water. That's good for the liver, like a detox for the liver. And they did an ultrasound of my liver, which came back completely fine. So I didn't think too much of it. And the doctor was like, we'll check you in about a year. Well, my insurance changed, so I got a new insurance, so I had to get a new health plan, thus a new doctor. And so it was just about a month ago from right now that everything went through and I got a new health insurance and a new health network and a new doctor. And I went and I seen my doctor, and he was very thorough. And I just told him all of my history, and I told him a little bit about those enzymes were a little bit out of whack. And he decided to just do a whole panel on my liver, just a bunch of blood tests, like 20 different blood tests he took. And so I took the blood test, and I came back about 2 weeks later to his office, and the results came in, and everything looked fine. The ALT looked good. It kind of evened itself out. The AST looked good too. But one thing that he noticed is that the iron levels in my blood iron levels were significantly high. Way too high, higher than normal, than what they should be. And so then he referred me to a gastroenterologist. And many of you know what I'm talking about. You have the same story that I kind of have. Your levels were high. You get sent to a gastroenterologist. They checked, and then they check you. They check you. They do that specific test, the genetic test, with your iron levels. But real quick, when I got the regular blood test from the PCP doctor, my medical doctor, iron levels should be, and this is based on my portal, they should be between 50 and 150. Mine were 211. And then the next one is TIB-C. Many of you know what that is. It is a total iron binding capacity. And that is the proteins in your blood, how well they can grab iron and take them out of your body. Those levels should be 303 to 515. Mine was 251, so mine was low. So my binding capacity to grab iron and take it out was low, which is not good. And then the transferrin should be 212 to 360, which you want it to be that. Mine was low, 175.8, which has to do with, again, similar to the TIB-C, the way my body processes iron. It doesn't process it right. And then transferrin saturation, the saturation of the iron in your blood, should be 20 to 50. Mine was 84, so it was high. And then finally, ferritin should be, and that's a protein in your blood that's related directly to iron, should be 30 to 400. Mine was 1,181, so very high. And so that's what was addressed with the doctor. And then the blood test result came back. It took about 2 weeks. They had to send it out of state. And it came back, and the most common gene defect, there's 3, but the most common one that people have is the C282Y defect. And to have it, you have to have one genetic defect from your mother and one from your father. You have to have one from both. And the thing, and how this is you may have siblings like I do, but it could cross over. I have 3 brothers, from what I know, none of them have it. They're all older than me, but I have it. I have the genetic defect. So you can have brothers and sisters, you can have siblings, but they may not have it, but you have it, and your parents may not have the gene activated. They may be carriers. In my instance, my parents are carriers. They don't have this condition, but they were carriers of it. My dad had the gene, the C282Y, and my mom had it. And so together, unfortunately, it got passed down to me. And I have it. It came back positive. I have the condition. And so I have hemochromatosis, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. And it is rare. It is estimated that about 1 million people have this condition. I can't remember if it's in the United States or in the world, but either way, that's rare. So I understand how you feel. I understand just how heavy this is. But how I am is I really look at this condition, and I wanted to see what's my options from a medical perspective. What all can I do from a holistic perspective, from a lifestyle perspective? What can I do? What's my options? Yeah, the doctor's going to take blood out of me. That's the most common treatment. But is there anything that I can do in my lifestyle that can help lessen my iron levels, help me genetically speaking, and get to the point that when I get blood taken out, it'll be a lot less blood that needs to be taken out and less frequent than what it would have been. Now, to let you know exactly where I'm at is a week and a half ago, I was officially diagnosed. In about 2 weeks from now, I go to see the 3rd doctor. I feel like an old, sick person here. I'm young, But I'm meeting with my regular doctor. I just met recently to get the diagnosis with the gastroenterologist, and then I'm going to be going to see the hematologist, the doctor that's going to work with my blood and everything. And I'm going to see him in 2 weeks, and then in a month from now, I'm going to go and get an MRI of my heart and liver, because the doctors want me to do that to make sure that there hasn't been a lot of accumulation of iron deposits in my heart and liver, because that is where iron accumulates. So they're going to check me for that, and we're going to see how that is. And hopefully it hasn't accumulated much, or if it has, we can jump on it. But so this video is just to let you know a little bit about this. But I did my research, and I found a lot of research and a lot of information that is promising for us who have hemochromatosis. That we can make some simple and some moderate lifestyle changes that can really help us out. And that's the phase that I'm in now. I have the condition, just like you, if you have it, but I'm following a protocol, and we're going to see how this works. When I see the doctor and he checks my iron levels again, we're going to see just how well this protocol is working. But I believe there's a lot of science behind this, a lot of research behind this protocol that I'm on, and there's a friend of mine that has this condition too, and I reached out to him the other day on the phone. We talked for a whole hour, and I told him, I said, I have this, what can I expect? He's had this now for years. He told me everything that happened to him, everything that went down, everything that he's doing. And at first he had to get blood taken out once a week. But now it's been more than 2 years since he got blood taken out. So in other words, his blood iron levels are stabilized, they're balanced, and they're low enough to where the doctors don't see a need to take blood out of him anymore. He gets checked every 6 months, but with the protocol that he's on, he's getting exceptional results, and the protocol that I'm on is the same one. I'm expecting to get the same results too. And to give you hope, the protocol that I'm on, which was written by a doctor, a holistic doctor who did the research, who did all the research and looked everything over, the same protocol that she has in her book, which is the same one that I'm on, and a similar one that my one friend is on, his name's Russell, are guaranteed to give results, even reverse the condition, even to shut off that gene, that CY28 gene that was turned on. And so that's my ultimate goal, is not just to manage my iron levels, not just to get them to a point where they're low and I don't really need to get much blood taken out or any blood taken out, but my goal from a cellular genetic point of view is to actually shut the gene off. I believe with all of my heart that that's possible. And so this is the first video, but in the next video, I'm going to lay out for you guys the plan that Russell is doing, that I'm doing, and the same plan that this book lays out for people to do that have hemochromatosis. And it has nothing to do with blood getting taken out. It has nothing to do with medicinal chelation, but lifestyle changes that can help us on the cellular level. I'm going to share that with you for free in the next video. I'm going to share that. I'm going to condense all the information. This book, it cost $50. I bought the book and I read it and I read it and I read it and read it and read it and read it. And I'm very meticulous. And all the information in this book is like 190 pages, almost 200 pages. I condensed it into 6 pages of information on exactly what to do and exactly what not to do to help cure hemochromatosis. And I'm going to be making that video here next. And so stay tuned. That's the next video that I'm going to be releasing to you guys. I want to help you. I believe it'll give you results. And last, before I end this video, one of the big reasons why I'm making this video is I'm surprised when I typed up hemochromatosis on YouTube, how there's very little information on it. There's just a handful of videos from people like me, just YouTubers, from people that have the condition that spoke about it. But if you watch those videos, those 10, 12 videos on all of YouTube, basically all they're going to tell you is there's nothing you can do. You just got to get blood taken out. Or you got to get medicine to chelate it out. But I know about those options, and for a little bit, briefly, I may have to get blood taken out of me, but I'm telling you, with what I'm doing, I'm surely not going to have to do that for life. I'm not going to have to do that too long at all. This protocol, I believe it's going to work. I'm going to keep you updated. In the next video, I'm going to let you know what the protocol is, but that's why I'm making this video, is because somebody needs to get on here and make a positive video about bad news. That, okay, you got diagnosed with hemochromatosis. It's not the end of the world. It's not going to continue to accumulate in your body, and you're not going to have to get blood taken out for the rest of your life by following knowledge. Knowledge is gold, and I'm going to give you that knowledge in the next video. So thank you for watching. I can't wait to make the next video. Stay tuned. Let's heal together. Bye-bye.